Is McDonald's going to pay us royalties for the incredible advertising we're doing? Their logo promptly displayed between you guys.
Yeah, I don't think you could place it much better. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I can still do the intro. I can fake it. I've got that part memorized, but even if I don't, just correct me. It'll be funnier.
Let's start over again. Do we need to make sure that we're all on the same page?
I think we're fine.
Great.
This is how the sausage is made.
Oh,
Exactly. Welcome to Everyone Racers, the show designed for the world of low dollar racing and oddball car culture. It doesn't matter what kind of GM shitbox you're wrenching on while doing the show or whatever you're wrenching on.
Jeff, it's so loud.
Up, Jeff.
Oh, it's back up. Sorry.
It's so loud.
Back up.
Also, it's a Cadillac, sir.
All right. As long as you drive it hard and wrench it yourself. Join us each week for tech discussion, tips, tricks, news, and notes in the world of amateur endurance racing, and whether it's on the spot, hella sweet. But we're lucky enough, and Chrissy gives us just the tip. We're sure you'll giggle a little and learn even less. Everyone report to the paddock.
This is Chris.
This is Chrissy.
I'm Jeff.
I'm Mental, and thank you for coming and listening to an untouchable number episode of our podcast. It is episode 188, which is an untouchable number, and I asked our guest what an untouchable number was, but he's also sleep deprived and he can't remember off the top of his head.
Great.
Great.
It's obvious if you're watching this on YouTube what I'm working on, but Chris, what are you working on?
I've been doing all kinds of stuff. This weekend, we did a new deck at Chrissy's parents. We put all new Treks on the back deck. Looks great. Sunday, we did a brewery tour in the NSX. It was a gorgeous day. We haven't not worked on something for as long as I can remember. So we took the top off, visited a variety of breweries to the west of our house in an area we hadn't visited before. Found a couple great spots. That was lovely. I've ordered a bunch of boat parts because it's about to be boat time. Work on the boat, get that ready. Mazda still gets some attention though. I ordered a lot of parts and have managed to install rear sway bar end links to fix the only actual failure we had at pit. Bled the brakes, cleaned up the radiator wiring from the field expedient installation, and I've been worked on getting the ARP wheel studs and the new rear wheel bearings, get those ready to install. And the last couple of days, I've had a fun science experiment removing rust with laundry detergent and electricity. And lastly, I have started my pilot ground training again. Very intensely.
Oh,
Wow.
awesome. That's fantastic.
Yep.
Yep.
So lots going on here. Plus, like work and stuff. So yeah.
Cool.
Chrissy?
Same.
I mean,
Did
Nothing
the deck.
different?
No, I did the deck. We went on a trip and same old crap around here.
All right. Well, I'll go because mental is wrenching. I ordered a bunch of parts for the Z, and I have an actual question for the safety-minded folks in the room. I have broken a shoelace in my race team, in my race shoes. And my question is, am I going to pay $10 to ship $5 worth of SFI shoelaces, put in non-SFI shoelaces, or live with a knot in the middle of my shoe?
Where's your next race?
I was
New
going to ask
Jersey.
where the knot is.
Just buy SFI shoelaces at Jersey.
And you're going to pay $25, which
Yeah.
for what you would have done.
Oh, I thought you were talking about for shipping. Never mind.
Yeah,
Is
it's
is there anything else that you need?
no. I have the only people who will ship it to me are like Pegasus, and I don't need anything from Pegasus at the moment.
Like, does Amazon have them? No.
No, can't find them on
I-
Amazon.
I would live with the knot,
At least
unless
until
the knot is in a tragic place.
That's
It's
what I
not a
was gonna
tragic
ask.
place.
Is it like in the middle?
It's in an annoying place.
Why don't you wait until somebody needs to order something?
Yeah, that's what I'll probably do. Well, anyway, while I was contemplating this, I was about to mow my lawn on Sunday evening at approximately 5 o'clock when my phone rang and my elderly father said, I think I lost the clutch on my Mazda 3. And I said, well, what is it doing? He says, well, we're driving down the highway, and no matter how much gas I give it, it just revs and won't go anywhere. I said, what highway are you on? And he says, Pennsylvania Turnpike. We're coming back from Pittsburgh where we're rallying. I'm like, where the heck are you? And he gives me the name of the town, and it is, a quick Google says it is 256 miles from where I'm sitting. It is 5 o'clock. I work on Monday morning, and I go, oh God, I guess I got to drive to Pittsburgh and pick up a Mazda 3. So I threw all the race stuff out of the enclosed trailer. I hitched up, I grabbed my brother, and we started traveling west. Chris, here is a trivia question. What is the worst thing about towing with the Nissan Titan?
That you have to stop every 120 miles for fuel.
Gas tank.
Right. It's actually 160. And I went 164 and the truck stopped.
Oh no.
Are you kidding?
I would not kid about such things. I was 1.7 miles away from the next exit where they had gas, and we had to call the Pennsylvania Turnpike people to come fix it. And the guy literally said, "What mile mark are you at? You almost made it."
Yeah.
Because you're not the only one that runs out of gas there.
No.
And there was nothing in any of the Hunsikers.
Oh,
No, I took all the
Oh, you took
Hunsikers
all the
out.
Hunsikers out.
Oh yeah.
So we
that
ran out of
makes
gas.
this worse.
That definitely falls under General Wakeman problems.
That is General Wakeman problems. I'm driving west to pick up my father, who blew his clutch from hooning his 140,000 mile Mazda 3, which he did the clutch already once. So I have no idea how he lost in a second clutch. And I can't even get there without running out of gas. So whatever. We picked it up. We drove it home. Literally right before cooking dinner tonight, I was putting the trailer away because the next day, of course, I'm at work at a meeting, and my father calls and he says, they'll take it at the transmission shop now. I'm like, well, I'm at work.
I just picked you up, and now I'm on 3 hours of sleep because
Exactly,
I had to
at
go
work.
to work.
No,
I figured I was going to end up involved in a relay of picking your dad up and for part way back and whatnot. And
I thought it
I would have
just-
done it, but I'm glad you didn't ask.
Well, it would just have.
Your dad's Mazda.
Yes, my dad's
Clutch.
Mazda clutch.
Yeah. No, how much gas was in it?
It doesn't matter. It was still 400 miles away.
Oh, on the way.
On the way out, of course, because
Yeah.
I wasn't sparing my foot. I was like hauling ass,
Oh.
and it burnt more gas than I expected.
Mad
and it
assing,
didn't
I
make
think you
it.
call it when you're in
Yes.
the rig.
Oh boy. So the YouTube viewers kind of know this already, and if you have a sharp ear, you may have heard the wrenches clicking. Mental and Dr. Floridaman are with us, and they are currently wrenching on some sort of General Motors product. I can see a alternator there. What are you
Yes.
guys doing?
Well, greetings from beautiful downtown Kingman, Arizona. It's a breezy 75 degrees, not a cloud in the sky. And we have a voltage regulator problem that has been rearing its ugly head. The nearest alternator, which the voltage regulator on this particular model is internal, is in Salt Lake City. Can be here by Friday, where we have to be in San Antonio. So we purchased a voltage regulator, but now we're finding we do not have the tools to disassemble the alternator. So Donnie is on the AutoZone website. And what we have been working on is this tragic thing. Donnie got in Monday night.
Let's face it. I've been working. You've been working on your hair.
My hair doesn't take that long. I'm good at it now. So Donnie got in Monday night, where he expected a lot more of this to be done, and it wasn't. And then Tuesday I got held up at work where Donnie was working on the car. But in my defense, jet lag caught up with him, and I haven't slept since 6 a.m. yesterday. So this is what we've been doing. We got up on the road today trying to get to San Antonio. By tomorrow, stay with a friend. And this is what we're dealing with. We got a 5-hour late start. And later on, when we're talking about rally prep, we'll do a walk around of this fine machine because there's no sense keeping it in the dark. By the time people see this, we'll already be on the rally.
Hey, Donnie, welcome to the club.
Which club would that be?
The club of I'm running a car event with Mental. He didn't get the car ready, and then I had to show up and thrash on it for a long time, and it still wasn't ready by the time we're supposed to do something with it. That club.
No.
It's a fairly exclusive one.
You know, I went from working on a new top secret lemons build to coming here and working on this. I would have much preferred to stay in New York and risk tetanus
Yeah.
than still dealing with all the glue on my hands from this chrome wrap on this.
Yes.
Plus, anything in the desert, you're probably going to get the plague from it. That's been sitting for any length.
It's technically Hanta. It's not the plague. It's the
Black
I
Hanta.
think what's it? La Honda. I think that's what we got out here.
Black
The
Death.
stuff.
Okay.
The hantavirus.
Hantavirus.
Hantavirus, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. We will be talking more with Dr. Floridaman and Mental about their trials and tribulations.
One quick question before
Oh,
we
go
leave
on.
this. How far is Kingston, Arizona from your home, Mental?
We've burned 4 gallons of fuel.
Okay, good. That's what I was wondering. Thank you.
Well, I think that's a big car, so
Okay.
I don't really know that 4 gallons tells you a whole
Well, it
lot.
has overdrive, you know.
Yeah, we got about 2 hours into it.
That's
Great.
not bad.
I do commend you, Chrissy, for thinking that I buy large Cadillacs. You've seen the Cimarron, right?
This is
I-
a step up,
Maybe
even
it's
for you.
It's a medium-sized Cadillac.
It's 8 inches longer.
However,
That's what she said.
yeah, this particular thing
I
actually
hope not.
will not fit in the garage with the door closed, and you be able to get in the front and the back of it. Mercedes, I can walk around it. This one, I can't.
Yep. Great. All right,
There's
then.
a joke in there about the Germans shoving things into places, but we won't go in there.
No, we're
Nope.
fine. We're just
That's a
going to
different
move on
podcast.
from that to news and notes time. I don't know how many people are aware of this, but if you followed our social media, you may have seen it. Continental just realized there's money in the 200 treadwear tire market. They just announced the Extreme Contact Force line of tires aimed directly at us. They literally had WRL, AER, NASA, SCCA, Champ Car, and Lemons logos right in the ad. Here's the details, what we have. There are 18 sizes, 15-inch to 19-inch, no 16-inch wheel sizes. Typical fitments listed: E30s, Miatas, Mustangs, Caymans, other boring BMWs, Corvettes, and Vipers. So they seem to have covered all the things that you're probably going to bring to a track day. I didn't really see any Humber Super Snipes or anything there. So they might be missing the Lemons market a little bit. No prices listed, but Grassroots Motorsports already has a set in reserve for testing. I reached out to a frequent competitor and I said, what do you think about these tires? And he's also a doctor, so I thought he'd be good to bring on with Donnie. And he said, I think they will cost $1 million. That's my Dr. Evil impression. Chris.
Well, good.
The nice thing about these is that they're actually aimed at the endurance racing market, where most of the other newer 200 treadwear tires, like the Azena 660, the new RE71s that's about to come out, the Yokohama A052s are all autocross specials.
Yes.
So they just wipe off. That's why we like the RS4s and says do so many others, because they actually last more than one day. So these Continentals are supposedly also going to last more than one day. Yeah, we'll be interested to see how it goes.
And should they decide they were looking for a established and capable team to both evaluate and help market their tires, we will happily accept the set and talk about them ad nauseum on the show.
I don't know
Okay.
if my taxes could write that off.
Cool.
Yep. All right. Next, this is not so much news, but the Bracket Grand Prix at Thompson is back for 2021. Scheduled for June 26th. It's going to have all kinds of cars. Whatever can show up, there can run. Not just our normal crap, but circle track classes, no matter what. If you hate racing in your class, and when you know you're outgunned, maybe you don't want to run a fuel cell or put a turbo on to be competitive, this is the ticket then. It's easy. You just predict how many laps you run an hour, pick your bracket, Price is Right rules. Too fast, you get held up for a lap plus the difference in time. and they'll also move you up a bracket. So just be consistent in your strategy, not be fast. You just want to be the same time every time. So from their website says, quote, "The fact is any vehicle can win here. So Lemons guys, feel free to bring these creations." And they do need to work on their apostrophes and their press release. So they're running it on the road course. Top 10 cars get trophies. Payouts go all the way back to 5th place. I mean, the winner gets
Cash payouts.
supposedly $5,000. Like,
yeah.
There going to be some
Where does that come?
cutthroatness.
Yeah, where does that come from?
From the entry fees. They're just entry.
Okay.
Who knows? They're imagining they're going to get lots of people by putting this money out. Who knows what's going to happen? But
And
anyway.
I believe it is the track owners who actually run this.
I thought it was someone else
So-
entirely.
Oh, is it?
In my impression, it's some other just guy that does this.
Mm,
This
okay.
is the only thing he does. Like he only does this one there. That's it. Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, Chrissy.
Yep. Mental was holding his phone. I wasn't sure if we were.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, if you guys left that story up there, the link will be in our show notes. If you've ever been on the freeway and people start passing you on the shoulder and how infuriating that is, it's a real problem when your folks are leaving Nevada and going back to California. So the Nevada Highway Patrol put on all their social medias that they would be out in force, and on Sunday issued something like 142 tickets. But that's not a big deal. What's great about it is the epic trolling they did of all of this. Every person that got a ticket, they had videos on Twitter. They found one guy who had rented a Lamborghini for 4 hours, paid $1,200. They caught him with an illegal substance under the influence. So he'll be spending a lot more money than the cost of that Lamborghini. It was just hysterical. You can check that out. Link in our show notes.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
kind of connected to my story. When the Pennsylvania Turnpike guy brought me a gallon of gas, he says, "How you doing?" I said, "Well, I'm doing fine, except for running out of gas." He says, "You're a lot better than the last guy I got gas for. They were intoxicated and the police arrived before I did. So I filled them up just to put them on the tow truck so they could be arrested."
Wow, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Ouch. Doofus. Should have known better.
Okay, remember when Ken Block posted that he and Ford had decided to see other people? Well, Ken is dating again. Former guest Bradley Brownell tells us over at flat6s.com that the original Hoon will be driving at Tuthill Air Cooled 911 for the 2021 East African Safari Classic Rally. This event is called the world's most challenging historic motorsports event. In November, Ken will join the other competitors, including the famed rally champion Stig Blomqvist. Yes, that's Stig. They'll spend 9 days negotiating 3,100 plus mile route through Kenya's northern territory.
Yeah.
Link in our show notes.
This is an amazing event. If you have never seen anything on this event, you have to check it out. It's pretty incredible.
Cool.
Upcoming races. Who's got one?
I can go. Lucky Dog is running their Desert Dog Dash and Cinco de Mayo celebration at Big Willow. 66 cars, 14 BMWs,
Boring.
18 Miatas, 4 Hondas, 3 Porsches, and a 78 Chevy Monza.
Nice. And more Lucky Dog. Don't forget, with an event at Charlotte Roval and 2 races at CMP, Lucky Dog is having their Carolina Endurance Cup. East Coasters who haven't run with Lucky Dog, you really should. They're a great group. CMP event May 22nd, 23rd still has openings. And if you register by Friday, you get an early dog discount. So good racing, save money.
I guess I'll actually promo the event. It's not actually a race, but some pair of idiots on our show are taking a hackneyed Cadillac and offending most of San Antonio for the, quote, Texas Rattle Traps Tour. It's a Lemons rally this weekend. Watch the E1R Instagram for their progress, as well as the mounting disappointment their parents will feel. Also, if you can follow the hashtag Lemons Rally, all one word, Lemons Rally, all one word, you'll see all the pictures from all the competitors. If you don't know how the Instagram works, I don't know, find another show, find a 12-year-old, he'll teach you.
For the rally, 21 cars will drive 1,600-ish miles from San Antonio to Abilene to Marfa and back to San Antonio over the course of 3 days. Not a speed contest, but a bevy of photo challenges, bad ideas, and cowboy costumes for the weekend. Donnie and Mental are defending their 2019 Texas Rally win. Good luck with that. Because you're a little far away from the starting point, but feel sorry for Dr. Florida Man because ultimately he's trapped in a two-door car with mental for 2 weeks.
And it's off to a great start.
That's what I'm
So-
getting at.
And,
When
and
I'm
when they're done,
currently reassembling the questionable alternator because I can't get a good alternator, putting it back in the questionable car, and we're going to drive it till it stops.
send it.
Is it not charging or is it overcharging?
It's undercharging.
Undercharging.
Vaguely charging. Yeah, we're getting about 11 and a half out of it right now.
That'll
So
go
you buy
fine.
an extra battery
Yeah. Swap batteries.
All the time.
and a charger, and then
He has
when
no
you
way to
stop,
charge any. He
plug
can't.
them in
Yeah.
Yeah.
and sleep. Get up, switch it. Keep
Yeah.
driving.
So
Probably-
basically what we're doing is converting a Cadillac to electric power.
Why not?
On the side of the
Totally.
road in Kings, whatever, Arizona. Okay.
Yeah. At least you're not
Absolutely.
the clown motel.
Not yet.
Apparently, after this, Donnie is going to let Mental drive his race car with Pantless Matt too, and he has to learn the lyrics and dance to a Backstreet Boys song. Which I wouldn't think that would be hard for you to learn, Donnie. I mean, you
Yeah, that
if
was
you're
You're
in
like
it,
one of
high
them.
school career. You're right.
Okay.
Is this the HHR that you guys are running?
Yes. Yes, the Pratt Miller HHR.
Limited edition Corvette, one of one, built to look like an HHR, actually.
I totally understand. Recent results.
Oh, okay. Champ car at Charlotte for the Roval for an 18-hour enduro. First was RVA Graphics and Wraps 1989 BMW 325 E30, which also had the
Boring.
fastest lap of the race. One lap down was Freddie Mercury in the Mercury Capri. Third on the same lap as the one under the leader was Maximum Effort in their 08 Miata. The Pulsar was 27th. There were only 29 cars that turned laps.
Oh.
There
Oh.
there are two.
No.
I misunderstood. There are two 300ZXs. There's an 87 of AUF Racing was 16th, and Stedman Family Racing in their 84ZX was 21st.
Mm. Both a generation behind ours.
Mm.
Or before.
Before us. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
By behind, I meant older.
Lucky Dogs at the Ridge. Saturday first was Spiral Out Racing. Second was Faster Than Groot. Third was Three Thieves Racing. Camo, who also had the fastest lap of the day. Sunday's 8-hour enduro had Three Thieves on top, Faster Than Groot in second on the same lap, and Rocket Bunny 1 lap down.
And Rocket Bunny's doing really well for the season.
Yeah. Plus,
Mm.
fun name.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that Lucky Dog's names are definitely way better than the Champ Car names.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're not Bill Stevenson Motorsports.
Yeah. Faster Than Groot, Spiral Out, Three Thieves, all much better than RVA Graphics,
Yeah.
whatever. Oh, so anyway, listener feedback. We have listeners. I guess some of them actually watch us because a lot of the chat on the YouTube channel. So keep chatting on the YouTube channel right down there in the doodly doo. Very little of it came from Russian dating sites. So that's always positive.
That's nice.
Yeah.
The North
I try and
Koreans
delete
stepped
those.
up, though. Yeah.
So
Good. Greg O from the IOE winning tempo fleshed out a story we told. Said we put in a brand new team member, Virgin Lemons driver, in the tempo at lunch on Sunday with the directions: your tires are mismatched. All the original dampers have now blown, and it is heinously slow. If it drops below 20 on the hill, then come in so you don't get stuck on track. Otherwise, you're driving for the next 4 hours.
oof.
Out of the blue, an hour into his stint, he suddenly bested his previous record by 30 seconds
Oh my god.
and then did it over and over. They were shocked. Over the radio, the guy said, if I cycle the key on the straight, it stays at full power. And sorry, I have to do this in Jackie Stewart. It stays at full power. To which he replied, great. How often do you have to cycle the key? Every lap. So 3 hours later, still cycling the key, that guy took the checkered flag. Good for him. That's a great story.
So this is a new guy in a car. He's never been on a racetrack before. And he figures out that you have to cycle the key off while you're going down the straight.
I'm amazed that it didn't break off.
This guy found his home, is what happened.
Yeah. He belongs.
That guy's
with us.
also, he's driven some crap cans in his day. He is like
Absolutely.
commuted in a garbage car.
Totally.
Gooba Gobble, you are one of us now.
Uh-huh. And I'll fill in for some of Mental's parts here. So Mental apparently told them that explains a lot. Eric was really excited about that car and watched race motor all weekend. He even texted the judges Sunday afternoon, dude, someone is wheeling that tempo. They took 30 seconds off their lap for the last 30 minutes. So you got some fans out there.
Tempo team. Jackie Kelly observed, I'd like to say that Mental's looking fabulous in that t-shirt, and he was wearing the Champagne Showers Sorry for Party limited production t-shirt, and it's an awesome shirt.
Nice.
Absolutely.
The Bishman replied, I mentioned Egg Harbor, which is, I don't even remember talking about Egg Harbor, but it's a city in New Jersey near right where, that's where I bought the Golden Ratchet. That's why I said the Egg Harbor Freight. He said he used to come out there for off-road racing in the Pine Barrens and Bagels and Beyond. And I may have to make the trip out there soon. Just so you know, always take a breakfast recommendation from a luxury mammal. So I am going to have to find the Bagels and Beyond, but sadly, all of the forests around here have been closed for off-road fun, as we spoke about in our rally episode many years ago.
We used to have such a good time.
Mhm. Yeah.
Get lost
No
in
stop,
Pine
you
Barrens.
stop.
No stop, you stops. Okay. Oh, that's you.
The good Wakeman mentioned, yes, I have big feet. And yes, the clutch is really light.
He's not wrong.
That was the best way to solve that problem, though. Jim, put the seat 2 notches back. Okay.
Yep. And it
Done.
worked. All
I
right.
actually had to drive it around today, and I was like, Jim's right. The clutch really is light.
Yeah.
That's why you go, when you first try to figure out where the clutch goes, you go, whoa, and then you, oh, sorry. Yes, I know how to clutch. Okay. Young Chris E loves our Mazda. Your description of the Mazda was just a description of our first race in the Saab back in 2016, for which we have noted while we were building the Mazda, just saying. Down to the fact that on the Conti Extreme contacts and breaking the end link, we broke the front. Oh, I didn't realize this. Welcome to a modern daily driver race car club. It's fun here. We feel the same way that with the right team with the Saab, it could win B, but we're unlikely to be that team. We know that we can finish in the top 20 if we can just stop making mistakes, throw on some RS4s on it, and maybe consider going to the ST45s in the front, which we've talked about, and enjoy an easy race car. He's not wrong.
I mean, those cars are really close. They're both 2007, 2008 daily driver $250,000 wagons that were perfectly fine until the family said, yeah, let's make a race car out of this.
Except one of them was built by precision engineers in Japan, and the other one was built by trolls in Trottenheim. Trollheim, whatever. I like our chances.
Yep. And pit race management.
The only good Saabs are the plastic ones that were made in Tennessee.
Oh, damn. GM deep reference there.
Yes, that is deep.
All right, so pit race management, we're trying to help you. Carlton S. said, hey, we strongly agree with Chris's sentiment about test day. We chose not to do it this year because of the format. Frankly, we felt a little blindsided in 2019 when we signed up and had to deal with the run groups and lack of track time. Also, it's the most expensive test day of the season, so double rude. We really like your track, Pit. Help us help you. You can make more money if you do it our way.
Absolutely. Grego, the same Grego that we discussed before, is never allowed in our pit, especially near our food, because in my discussion about how you watch the Carbon X underwear, he says, you wash your race gear? ?
You should go ahead and do this then.
Yes. Wash your race gear, everybody.
Mm-hmm. Please.
Yes.
Gear Tech wants you to do that.
Yes, absolutely.
And your teammates. You don't want hassles from your teammate.
Absolutely.
Especially if one of your teammates has a manly musk.
I have a manly musk. I freely admit it. I was trying to do the transition like 4 times. Anybody else got another comment?
Yeah.
And Lemons Racing was back. ISuckAtRacing.com. Check it out. There was trash racing. I had no idea Lemons Racing was back. I haven't seen it. I know nothing about it. I missed the broadcast because I was picking up a Mazda 3 near Pittsburgh. So what happened? Everybody have a good time?
It was normal trash racing.
Always. Cool. Yeah. All right. E1R race. We did that. And I also ditched that because I was busy sleeping.
Yeah, we did. We started at Sonoma with normal cars to prep for this weekend's Lemons race at Sonoma at the request of Tyler, actually. Chrissy, how'd that go? You raced that one?
It was fine. It was fine. Sonoma is always a fun track. Pretty close to the layout that we use. I think it's pretty.
I tried to pick the same layout we used.
Yeah. Pretty okay turnout. It's fine. I was doing okay until somebody hit me into the wall and I spun out and I was behind everybody.
Probably Tom.
Tom was there. Yep.
Yeah, that's what I
Dave
said.
was
Probably
there.
Tom.
Yeah.
Surprise
So
rear entry.
something like that. So it was fine. I was in a Miata. We had good enough time. Yeah, it was fine.
And then we did outside, inside at Irwindale with a variety of fast cars. Like we had the F3, the Radical, the Nissan GTP, a sprint car, something else. Like it was all wacky. That was quite entertaining and intense because you kind of never stop and there's always someone in your way or you're always passing someone. And it was exciting. I think Al Jones won. I'm not sure, but it was good.
Nice.
Yeah.
You know who didn't watch the races, but she's always welcome to? Chrissy's mom.
That's true. She's cleaning up her mess after we did her deck.
Oh, also, I fixed her window in her Mazda
Sure you
5 this
did.
weekend by replacing the window switch and did an oil change in Snowflake.
We also fixed something in the Snowflake. You figured out what was
I
causing
diagnosed the
drop.
battery drain in Snowflake. It's the automatic climate control system module is staying on all the time, apparently, and it is drawing the battery down by 1/10 of a volt when it's plugged in. I did this by putting a voltmeter on it and gradually pulling every single fuse one by one. Out, in, out, in.
Now does the
out,
temperature
in.
control have like the normal like red to blue?
No, it's automatic
thing?
climate control.
So it's the numbers. Yeah.
Yeah.
That little box costs 10 times what the other one does. I don't know why.
Yep, sure does. It's because
How many
luxury
miles-
features.
Yeah. How many miles are on Snowflake these days?
210, 650.
Ooh. Nice.
Yep, it's about ready
Average-
for a new set of tires actually. So for driving on the beach.
Your average General Motor product will run shitty longer than most cars will run.
Yeah, the
Exhibit
GMT
A.
Great.
GMT 800 particularly, you see them all the time with 250,000 or 300,000 miles on them. Like,
Oh,
there
yeah.
you go. Okay.
All right,
Cool. Easy, Russ.
main topic time. Just like the Cannonball Run movie, an actual real life story, if you're going to drive across country, bringing a weird doctor might help you. So Mental did just that. He's preparing to begin the Texas Rattle Trap with today's guest doctor, Floridaman Donnie Petruniak. I'm going to look at him and say, how did I do on that pronunciation?
You actually said it right. I'm
course.
somewhat surprised.
Don't be
You practiced
surprised.
that for 20 minutes, didn't you?
No, I just wrote it out the way it was sounded. So we're going to begin with an introduction. Mental, I don't know. What do you want to do? Should we talk to, he looks like he's mid-wrench. Should we talk to Donnie first, or would you like to
Don't
introduce
interrupt
us to the
Donnie. He's
car?
actually the only one doing anything here. So
Actually, no, you should talk to Donnie, and then he can just point me up some stuff. So I'm going to hand the mic. I'm going to hand the mic over to Donnie. Here, take this. Talk to them for a little bit. What's going on?
So Donnie, we've had you on, but it's been a very long time. Why don't you give a brief introduction of who you are? What is your rally cred and racing cred? We already mentioned you're a GM aficionado. Tell us who you are.
Well, yeah, I am Dr. Floridaman, as you said. I've got some really good paperwork that say I'm really good at basic math. Outside of that, besides the last Texas rally that you guys spoke of earlier with Mental, hang on 1 second. You got to tighten the alternator first, and then put the ground straps on it.
Got it. I'm
this
learning.
this is real life working with Mental, everybody.
I could, if he would just hold the camera, I could do both of this at the same time.
He is that
But outside-
multi-talented of a Renaissance man, giving an interview while tightening an alternator.
Yes. What can I say?
A
I'm good.
GM front drive alternator, by the way.
I'm good at a lot of things. I'm great at nothing. So
You're a 9 of all trades.
I specialize in mediocrity.
Good. Thank you.
Excellent.
But,
You are both rally and Lemons racing veteran.
yes, I'm the guy who's traded now for 2 station wagons. Traded beer for 2 station wagons that have run rallies. I'm so far the only person to drive a car from Florida to California to do a rally in California and then drive back in a different car after I sold the rally car.
It probably took you not as long as it will to take you from Las Vegas to
San Antonio.
Texas
Yeah.
now.
That's
and on to Florida.
Yeah. What else can I say? I mean, I am a Lemons race. I have won God's chosen class in a almost 300,000 mile Lexus LS 400. So yeah, I have some street cred. People know me. I'm kind of a big deal.
How did you get a
my house
Lexus
smells of-
LS 400 in Class C?
It was pretty stock.
Put 300 miles on.
Because
300,000
it
miles
had 300,000 miles on it, was entirely stock, and I bought it from the original owner.
Ooh.
Excellent.
And how is that car now? It blowed up.
That car is currently hella blowed up and in Norfolk, Virginia.
And what is your current car count? Can you do it without doing math? We tried this last time, and you had to do a little bit of addition.
To be honest with you, I'm up to probably 14. So around in that area.
That's not bad. All right, well, we'll let you keep wrenching. We're going to toss it over to Mental. Mental, why don't you introduce us to the fine vehicle that you're all wrenching on?
Well, so as Donnie indicated, he also has a penchant for finding amazing and unique, not in the sense of collector's items, but just odd, particularly GM vehicles. The race we run was one of 4 manual transmission Cadillac Cimarrons, and he found it with 65,000 original miles from the original owner. And that car is actually still running around. So that thing is amazing.
And fantastically brown.
Oh, it was a great car. It really was a great car. Going back to Texas, we decided to stick with tradition. And I did have the slip of the tongue a few episodes ago. We are returning with a Cadillac.
What is said Cadillac, Mental? It is blue.
Yes, it's blue. All right,
It is front drive.
Screen around. It is a front drive. So what we have, I'm gonna move my hand because that makes me dumb. All right.
Still a great view.
Yeah, great. Okay, here we go. This is a
There we go.
1987 Cadillac Coupe de Ville. Donnie did correct me. It is a d'Elegance. Now, it's the 1987. It comes with the lovely General Motors 4100 V8.
That engine has a lot of racing provenance, actually, as being quite reliable. Yeah.
There we go. Yes. So the recommended service from the dealer and the Book of Haynes includes sticking 6 tablets of Bar-X leak in the radiator every time.
Good.
Because the engine is so porous. Now, if you notice, this is not a factory color. This is a beautiful blue chrome wrap. The car is actually entirely rust-free except for the surface. And we didn't want to paint it, so we did this. Now, it looks like this wrap was applied by drunken homeless people. It wasn't. It was applied by sleep-deprived morons in Las Vegas overnight. So, and inexplicably, I don't know how this happened. Last night, about 3 a.m, when I was trying to get this done, the passenger door, perfect.
That is perfect.
Wasn't the first panel, wasn't the last panel. Couldn't tell you why that one turned out that way, but all the rest of these, they all look like garbage.
And is your Landau top, is that alligator?
It is genuine faux alligator that I picked up from Walmart. So.
And it's kind of silvery.
Well, it's snakeskin. Snakeskin.
Oh, it's snakeskin. Okay. I was assuming Donnie would request alligator, but I guess I was wrong.
He wanted cowhide, and darn if I couldn't find it. I looked everywhere. So we were unable to do the cowhide, but I figured the silver would go. Now, it's, as mentioned, I make terrible decisions. When I purchased this car, it broke down twice on the test drive. So, of course, I bought it. And then as I drove it home, it broke down again. and I had to leave it on the side of the road back in January, where this Nevada Highway Patrol, had I been there, left it there another day, I would have gotten impounded. The windows do not roll up or down. So they are just stuck down. They've been that way for about 7 years, and we can't figure that out. You can tell that the windows have not been up on this car for quite some time, and that it lives in the desert. But the seats are in remarkably good condition.
I'm
That's the
sure there
desert.
is no sweat on those seats at all, or dust. You feel perfectly clean sitting in them. Good storage in the back seat there, apparently.
Oh yes, plenty. Because, and we'll talk about this, I'm sure you guys set the notes. If you're doing something this dumb, bring some friggin' spares. And we did.
I see
Unfortunately,
you've
not
got spare
alternator.
hubcaps, which
Yeah, you
are
got
important.
all the wire hubcaps there. They're great.
We didn't want to lose any on the way. We wanted them in place for at least the first day of the rally. If we lose them after that, that's fine. But because we're going to Texas in a Cadillac, we had to do this up proper. Wait, the sun's not going to cooperate with me. All right. So, bam.
Got some
Oh,
big
yeah.
old longhorns on the hood.
That is some classic Longhorns. Where does one get Longhorns? Like,
Funny you should ask. If you look closely, see if I get this right up on it. All right, hold on. I'm reaching it with the phone. There is the Michaels tag where I bought these. And it says wall decor, $34.99.
all right.
So I got those at Michaels.
Great.
Oddly enough, in the Texas section, highly modified mounting brackets here. Though I had to reinforce these to make sure that it didn't come off. I use this term loosely at speed. So
Looks like I see some drywall screws. I see
Yeah.
a machine screw. I
the-
see
the
some sort
horns
of
were
hex
just-
bolt.
There's a
the horns
drywall
were just
anchor in
open
there.
with a simple screw. So those got the self tappers to hold the horns in place and glued all the way around. And then yes, the mounting was reinforced and then went through the actual hood there. So to hold them in place. So those horns aren't going anywhere. Kind of like the car.
All right, so give us a sit rep. We know where you broke down. We know that the charging system is not charging enough. What else do you think is wrong? What else is on the list that has not yet been done? And when does the rally start?
There is absolutely nothing else wrong with this, Jeff. I don't know what you're talking about. It is a fine General Motors coach work, and nothing will break between here and when we get to the start of the rally Friday morning.
Which is at the Texas Transportation Museum in San Antonio, Texas.
We should mention that we are recording this at I guess 5 o'clock your time, almost 6 o'clock your time on Wednesday. So you have like basically an almost 2 full days to get there.
But it's about 1,200 miles from where they are now.
Sure.
Yeah, and actually, we have 1 full day. We just burned one of our full days. We've got to be there 7 a.m. Friday morning.
Oh, 7 a.m. Friday morning. Okay.
Yes.
So you got a day and a couple of hours. Excellent. You'll be fine.
It's probably fine. It's totally fine.
Totally fine.
1,200 miles.
Yeah, 36
great.
hours, 1,200 miles. We can totally do that.
It'll be great until you have to use lights, which isn't very long from now.
Yeah.
But okay, good.
Not very long from now at all. And that will be on literally 2-lane desert road in the middle of Arizona.
There's
Yeah.
no
And now
fail in
which,
this plan at all.
Which route are you planning on taking so people in the area can look for the buzzards circling as they drive by? I know
So-
because there are a few ways to get from Vegas to San Antonio. Like you're gonna go all the way down by the border there. You're gonna go through Albuquerque. Which way you're gonna go?
So we're doing that. It's routing us down through Phoenix to Tucson to into
Juarez.
Juarez. Yeah. And then we'll cut across to San Antonio.
Okay.
And then it's
yeah.
1,500 miles to the rally.
So you're going the southern route. All right, good. So middle of the desert, really middle of nowhere. Anything could happen. Yeah,
Yes.
watch for buzzards. Got it. Okay. Great.
Yes.
There's definitely stuff at every exit along that route. Certainly.
There actually
You,
is.
you just
There's
have to make it to
no
the exit
exits.
like Jeff didn't.
Like
Yeah,
I did, yes.
I
Yeah.
hope you have extra water in the car. Honestly, genuinely hope you do.
We
Not for you and the car.
yes. Let's see if I get So there's the
2 gallons. Oh, that's enough for one person. Okay.
and then
good.
there's the extra water for the car. Spare
Okay.
parts. We'll talk about that in a second.
All right. Good. What's next, Jeff?
Let's see here. I don't even know if I want to ask this next one, but because you're like so busy with your current rally, tell us in like 2 sentences or less. Don't take a whole lot of time. What's it like on a rally? Why should everyone do a rally? Just give us a lay of the land on what happens once the rally starts.
If you want to go on a scavenger hunt while you're sleep deprived over hundreds of miles after drinking with people that you may not know or may have just met in a parking lot of a hotel the night before, that's why you go on a Lemons Rally.
That's about right.
Yeah,
Yep.
sounds great. You won. What is the determining factor on winning or losing a rally? What is the game like?
You kind of have to, you've got to feed into the stereotype of the rally. This is Texas, so you've got to dive in head first. Outside of that, you got to have fun and you got to make the judges laugh. That's really what it boils down to.
Absolutely. I was gonna say commit. Look, if you're out doing something,
Not get committed.
not kick you. Yeah, there you go. You're out doing something nonsensical. Oh, for Pete's sakes, commit. We've talked about how you guys all met in the Babe Rally. And Chris is running around some podunk town in Tennessee in a Superman costume, and then there was the time you were all dressed as
Elvis.
Elvis, but also it's a Twister, NTM.
Dorothy.
Yes.
Wizard of
the
Oz.
Dorothy
Wizard of
from
Oz.
Wizard of Oz. Yeah.
And we all dressed as Dorothy except for the women.
And it's fun. It's goofball. If you're trying to look cool or be cool, then there's the Gumball 3000 or one of those high dollar nonsense things. This is just about absolute stuff. And if you're into like dumb car decisions, or you genuinely like, you listen to the show, you're like, I understand and I relate, I just have no interest about strapping into a race car, this is absolutely the thing for you. It's the same kind of people, it's the same quality of people, and it's the same kind of bad decisions.
Great. Now, I've been looking up the statistics on your fine machine. When this was new, the Cadillac has an aluminum block with cast iron heads. Kind of an interesting combination there. And it's 90-degree V8, 8.5 to 1 compression ratio, 135 horsepower at 4,200 RPM, 200 foot-pounds of torque though at 2,200 RPM. So that's good. Our single cam Civic made about the same horsepower this thing does. So.
But it cruises well at 3 or 4 miles an hour over the speed limit.
Good.
Yep.
Does the cruise control work?
Close.
No.
Now,
Do any power options at all work?
You're asking for an awful lot right now.
yes, the passenger seat will not recline, but the entire seat will sway.
Oh, I didn't know sway was an option. That's
Pivoting.
good.
Or the tilt. It'll tilt back.
Tilt.
But we
Got it.
we took that control out, so that control's not in the car. So it has that capability. We've just taken that option away.
All right. Windshield wipers?
Brand new.
Excellent.
It's
We actually-
Texas. What
we
are you
haven't
going to
work.
tested for. We have not tested them. We made that joke about it's Texas, it won't matter. Last year, when we did or 2 years ago, when we did the Texas rally, the first night, as we're in hill country, it sleets. And that was the only mechanical problem we had. We threw all 3 belts: alternator, water pump, and
Was power steering, air conditioning, and water pump.
that one. And we threw all 3 of them. It is literally sleeting. Donnie's in flip-flops. We just put the alternator belt on and sent it. But we so this time around, brand new wiper blades, and we ran next to the windshield.
We'll
Great.
buy ponchos.
I
Yep.
did bring a waterproof coat.
I think there's something that we haven't yet described about the Cadillac. What does it smell like? because every great rally car has a smell that is it needs more than like 8 words to describe it. So somebody give it a
But they're all
sniff.
different, though.
They're all
They're all
different.
different.
Absolutely. Like my Saab was kind of like musty library where somebody had cooked a fish lunch in the microwave.
Have you ever left a stale bag of Fritos in the dryer?
Not very. Only once.
No.
There was that one time.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No, that's this one. That's absolutely this one. Yeah.
All right.
That's
It's the luxury smell that the aging velour emits.
Velour
Well, having-
definitely has a smell that is different than any other car interior.
Well, 80s
Yes.
GM cars have their own, odor, but with the windows open for 7 years, that's got to introduce all kinds of other, various things to,
Yeah, it
to
could
the
smell
car
like
without,
rattlesnake and
but it doesn't
hopes and
trap in the
dreams.
80s Cadillac smell that you're
Hopes
because
expecting.
I didn't get this in Las Vegas. I had to drive to Searchlight, Nevada, which is an hour outside of Vegas. Yeah.
Okay.
And there's probably been a few snakes born in this thing. But
Great.
it has been a Western car its entire life. In fact, when we wrapped it, we made sure we maintained the logo from, oh, sorry, wrong side. See, there we go. Cash.
The dealer logo. Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
And a little shameless plug there for the team. So yeah. Oh, and Donnie went through my box of stickers.
Excellent.
oh,
so a little throwback.
that's a throwback and a
nice.
half.
Right, what
Yep.
does it say? What is it? What is it?
It's
Go
from
ahead,
our
describe it.
it's from our Datsun truck from how I joined the club of Mental brings a car that's not done it that you have to fix. When Mental thought it would be a good idea to do this in the South, and our theme was based on Judge Phil's Pord novel, and they have a place in there called Sergeant or Colonel Sausage. So we have Colonel Sausage's Pizza Shack was our truck. Slogan of Colonel Sausage's Pizza Shack is just shut up and eat it.
Yep.
Nice. I still have that T-shirt. My wife yells at me when
Yep.
I wear it.
Oh, why?
She's
I
like,
brought mine.
very good.
The alternate slogan was delivered hot and slow right to your back door. That one
I
doesn't
changed it
go on
on.
the bumper
I
sticker
thought it
as
was
well.
going on mine, and I changed it to everybody's, and it was fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Mhm,
Funnier because then we just put that on the truck and it was great.
Yeah.
mhm.
So another quick question, because I know when y'all won the rally last year, you had a guest journalist in the back seat. Are you being joined again by such Texas journalists, or is it just you two?
You're looking at the idiots right now.
Oh man,
That-
that's
Fresh person is making a completely other ridiculous decision.
And
But-
ridiculous in the way of it doesn't fit what we're doing.
No. And yeah, you think this caddy's a bad idea. Wait till you see what she's doing.
all
we're
right.
we're in a Slack channel with her, and it is, yeah, it is very much Steph kind of decision.
If you two say it's a bad decision, I believe you, because y'all know.
Oh, well, with Steph involved, it might be a Volkswagen product. Well, that would make it a way worse decision than any GM vehicle ever.
Yeah, terrible, terrible.
And it's a race car. It has no interior.
It's fine. No
It'd be
problem.
great. Not a. You know why
I'm
it's not
sure
going to
the
be a
people
problem?
in Marfa, Texas, are gonna love that. That's
Yeah.
great.
It ain't making it to Marfa. You know that.
It's true.
The reason it's not a problem is I'm not in it, and neither are y'all.
It's great when other people do terribly
Terrible
stupid
things.
things,
Absolutely.
and then we can watch.
I'm a little jealous I'm not doing a rally. I am not a little at all jealous that I'm not in that parking lot right now wrenching on
So
that
much.
beast.
So much.
Well, if you guys would kick this up a little bit, like we're ready to go. I have
Well-
reassembled this entire electrical system. while you
That's
guys-
fantastic.
Yeah.
Don't
Fire
let
it
us
up.
hold
What are we
you up.
waiting for?
You got to put the air intake back on and put the tools away, and then actually maybe put a multimeter on the battery and see if it's any better.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not. See, the funny thing is, out of this entire group of people, everyone thinks I'm the dumb one. But I hosted a podcast and the car got fixed.
That's not dumb at all. You brought Donnie. If there's anybody who's going to lay hands on a General Motors Malaise product and get it running, it's that guy right there.
Well,
I don't
Yep.
know if I thank you for saying that or if I feel offended that you're gentrifying me like that.
it's a bit of a backhanded compliment, isn't it?
It's
But-
true.
Oh well.
It's true.
Wrong. That's where I've lived my life and where I've staked my claims. So
These are the choices you've made.
Are we allowed to talk about the TA, the Flaming Bird?
yeah, go ahead.
It's some on that front though, particularly for Jeff. Some bad news on that front. Way years ago when we met Donnie, when he came to the 24 Hours Orlando karting, like we met him in Meat Space, he drove his anniversary edition Screaming Chicken yellow WS6 Trans Am.
I have seen this on the gram.
It is no more.
Oh,
It was his co-parent of it. It unfortunately hydroplaned and backed into a wall, and it may be a write-off, in which case he will fix it.
Oh yeah.
Because it's Trans Am and he's Donnie. But yeah, so
Oh, otherwise, swap donor.
yeah, I was gonna say we need more F bodies in Lemons, so why not?
No. That car is the 86th from the last car to roll off the F body assembly line. That car will be rebuilt and will still maintain its clean Florida title.
Because Florida.
Florida.
because Florida.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's great. I know that there is a mascot that is typically involved in Lemons rallies. Do you gentlemen have a mascot? Is it secret or can we see it?
We do have one. It is not secret. You can't see it because we had it Amazon shipped along with our costumes to our house in San Antonio.
So it has arrived in San Antonio, but you have
But
not.
you have not.
Exactly. Got verification that everything that we needed is there except us.
Is
Yeah.
an alternator there?
I don't appreciate that attitude.
Oh.
That's a lot of negativity.
Look, I'm vamping, waiting to see this thing start up. So get that sucker together.
Oh yeah.
Well, they only have so much voltage, Jeff. Like they
that's
can't
true.
waste it on starting it
I'm
for
starting
you.
it just for the
Right.
Yeah. So pack
no,
that
we-
sucker up.
I will show you as we clean up our tools. We get this in there. So one of the things, obviously, if you're going to do something this dumb, you want spares. And I went to the junkyard and got as much as I could out of other cars, hence the hubcaps and some other parts. The problem is literally from 1986, 87, 88, 89, every single year, Cadillac made an incremental change. For example, the turn signal on this car, the corner marker light, that one.
I noticed that the other one was a little janky.
Exactly. This being in 1987. So I finally found in 86, which was the only other year with the 4100. In 88, they went to the 4.9. That is as close as I could get it. Yes, that's an interior screw and some Gorilla tape, but we needed the marker lights. So that had to go on there. I have new hood shocks that I got off that same junkyard car, but the addition of the horns now is enough weight to slam the hood. So we are using this as a safety device to keep the hood up while we're underneath the car. Because
It's
safety
a
first.
box of shop rags for those listening.
Yes. This
we
is
have a metal hood prop, but it rattles around. And this one will actually kind of catch it as it comes down. So we don't have to worry about that. But the key aspect of this is the redneck that owned this before, the temperature sensor went out for the automatic fans. And rather than replace it, I think it's like a $12 part or something.
yeah, just throw
You
a switch
simply
on it.
hook up- Yeah, he threw a set of alligator clips direct wired to the motor. Now Donnie spent all day yesterday wiring up a beautiful, elegant solution involving a relay and a switch, which this morning almost burned the car to the ground because it shorted through the metal where we wired it through. So this is what Dr. Floridaman has come up for our elegant solution to ensure we always have cooling fans.
An alligator
fine.
clip.
There's an
to the
alligator
back.
clip to a male spade connector into the female spade connector that was in the relay. And then the ground wire is just to the chassis.
So basically, you just removed the relay that the other guy had put in.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except now, like every time we start it, we have to pop the hood, turn on the fan, turn it off, pop the hood, undo the alligator clip, turn off the fan.
Well, you know what? If you just don't clip that alligator clip, you're going to get like 30 more minutes and like 40 more miles on that battery.
Totally.
No, we will not, because it will overheat and we will be stuck on the side of the road.
Just drive faster.
So,
Well, that's
yeah.
awesome. Any last questions for Mental and Donnie before we move on to the next?
No, I was gonna ask what's most likely to fill in the car, but I don't think we have time for that. So
Just pick your top one. What do you think? What do you think is going to go?
voltage
This isn't-
regulator, maybe.
I honestly think the next thing to go on the car is going to be either the power steering pump or
It's whining,
the HEI.
which we have a spare. I have a spare HEI.
Good. All right.
Do you really need power steering?
No,
It's kind of integral to the belt routing on this thing.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
you
also
can't-
this thing is a monster of a car. Like Donnie's been driving it all day. We have no shocks at all. They just, and I really don't want to manhandle this thing without power steering and doing that.
I mean, it's all flat, right?
Yeah.
ish.
But all
Yeah.
of the weight is on the nose. All of it.
All right.
All right. So let's plug those hashtags and Instagram accounts again. Mental, would you like to give a great plug before we move on to the next segment?
All right. So we're going to be doing this one. Normally I built an account just to do this. We're going to go and do this on the Everyone Racers account. So just watch us on that one. You can follow all of the other ones. Fort Kickass is actually a great team. If you go to Fort Kickass's Instagram right now, what they're bringing, I cannot describe it. You have to see the picture. It is freaking hysterical.
It screams America.
It screams America, like Patrick Swayze and Sam Elliott in Roadhouse. And then the hashtag Lemons Rally, you literally can search for that hashtag and it'll follow all of that stuff. And of course, 24 Hours of Lemons and Lemons Rally, that's a great way to do that. And if you haven't seen the old show with old Dr. Floridaman here, follow Fail Inc. on Instagram and Donnie Petruniak on Twitter.
It's fail_.
Fail_Inc. Yes. So that'll be the stuff that we do, not for points and maybe get us in trouble, but it's still absolutely, in fact, there's been some great posts to it already.
Well, that's
about how
fantastic.
this is going.
Chrissy has a question. She raised her hand. Go ahead,
Oh,
Chrissy.
it was never mind. It was
No.
Fort the
FORT.
right. The
F-
people that you said are
FT
great.
FT_Kickass.
Oh, FT
well, we
underscore.
would've
Very
never
good. Very
found
good.
that.
It's an Archer reference.
Got it.
Because nothing can happen to you for Kickass.
Got
Awesome.
it.
But we are excited to see, guys. We feel free to stick around for the end of the episode. But if you guys got to start and roll and pack, that is absolutely good. But don't log off because we want to watch it happen. But we are going to move on to the next segment. Feel free to listen and chime in. It is hella sweet or but terrible. And I'm gonna do it. It is 89 degrees today in New Jersey, and it is unacceptable. And if you all remember, the whole entire reason I'm selling the Mazda 3 is because it has no air conditioning. So today I decided that this sucker is going as fast as possible, and it is going to be sold. I did some basic research, and I'm asking for all of your advice. This is the hella sweeter but terrible. How much should I fix on this thing? What should I do? Here's what we have as potential things I can fix. Needs new tires, extremely bad. It has a broken windshield, AC repair, clean. But I might turn a $1,500 car into a $2,500 car. And do I really have any chance of selling a 108,000 mile Mazda 3?
180.
180,000
Okay,
mile
you said
Mazda
108.
3, sorry, with a 6-speed on the list of Craig anyway. I mean, is Facebook Marketplace even going to bring someone? So
Yes. Right now, you could sell anything that runs for more than you expect. Because everyone's got their cash, their tax refunds, and they got their stimmy checks. And new cars are almost impossible to find because they can't build semiconductors for them. So right now, anything that runs seems like it goes for $2,500.
yeah, but every jerk off is going to show up and go, "Oh, it's a stick. I don't drive a stick."
Well, then there's going to be someone else who's going to want it. Donnie, yes.
I've already offered you the $300 that car is worth, with the caveat of I will enter it into a boat trailer race, and you are more than welcome to come down to the Failink Motorsports Intergalactic headquarters and ice cream parlor and join me for the evening of school bus races and just general mayhem and disorderly conduct.
Well, it will cost me $30 to put on the trailer hitch. So any offer over $270, and I don't have to get eaten by an alligator. Although I will come down and do that race someday.
I will give you $300 for the car, and I'll pay for your airfare, Jeff.
Wow.
Well, here are the
all right.
things. Here's the butcher's bill. Windshield $450 or insurance, tires $350 or $400. Should I put it on these stocked wheels, these swirly wheels, or should I put it on the 17s? Should I charge the AC right before they show up, or should I be honest? I have parts laying around. Chris says sell it on the Book of Face.
I think you do as much to if you make it enough that the average person looks at it and says, this is clean and I don't need to do anything. That's how you maximize your money.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Because the average person looks at it and says it works. And if you get it actually cleaned properly, you're ahead of the game. I know it's rare for you. You're like, you never do that. But
No, it'll clean up
realistically,
nicely, I think.
do get insurance on the windshield, get some, clearance tires on the stock wheels because they're cheaper and you can sell the 17s to somebody else because they're not uncommon. And I would charge the AC, but tell them that it leaks because if they see that the compressor works and that it works, it just leaks, that is beneficial right there. Because then they have hope. Where if it doesn't work at all,
they have no hope at all.
Then they think, oh, who knows what's wrong with it? But you say, no, it works. It just leaks. And that's not much. It's a windshield, tires, a charge, and a clean. And you've just gained yourself, I think, $1,000 in actual return on that, I think. Because now you ask $4,000 for it. And you would be surprised, I think, right now at what you might get. And you sell it as one owner. Highway miles
ran great, no issues.
New tires,
yeah.
AC works but leaks. No problems. Ready to go. Great commuter car. No, all set.
Right. We want to go ahead and hit the road.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Well, we're done, so it's perfect timing.
Okay. Yeah. So here's how we activate the fan. Hopefully, you'll get the sparks.
Yep.
Nice.
Got sparks. I like the battery is a Super Start brand. That is, one of the better known brands of batteries.
Yeah.
All right.
It doesn't just start. It super starts. Bam.
Fired up.
Door
Let's see it go.
That door
It's
closed with a
fired up.
thud reminiscent of the
it's running.
Mercedes.
It's very quiet. It's Cadillac.
Oh no, I think it's the problem of the Zoom problem.
Oh, the Zoom.
Zoom
Zoom
is
cuts
shutting
off
it.
motor sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's actually very quiet.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Roll. Let's see it. I think we finished the show. Chrissy, do you have any suggestions on the Mighty Mazda?
Well, I didn't get to. Yeah, I didn't give you.
Oh, go ahead. Go on, Mental. I don't want to cut you off.
So exactly what Chris said. It's like when you sold me the trailer and you end up putting more money into the trailer than I paid for the trailer just to do the repairs. You're an honest person, Jeff. The car that you're giving them is a good car at a good price. And for as dirty as it is, it's well maintained.
No, it's
and
not,
just be
but-
well, okay.
It is well
compared to-
maintained. There's nothing wrong.
Come on.
It's perfectly
it's-
maintained.
You're a good
Only when
person.
crap
Anybody
goes
that comes
wrong.
to you is going to come to you and say, "Oh, well, I'm going to trust this guy. He's a good dude," and you'll be fine. And if it turns out something goes wonky, you'll make it right. But yeah, don't dump a bunch of money into it. Just do like Chris said. If they know the AC leaks but the compressor works, it'll get them through the summer, and they're like, "Oh yeah, next year they'll plan on replacing it, but they won't. It won't matter because then they'll sell it to somebody else because new cars will be being built by then."
Yeah, everything works except the AC. It is perfectly ready to do another 50 to 75,000 miles on it. It's
Get
just
some
the tires.
Maypop tires on there. A windshield through your insurance company, a couple cans of Freon, and a cleaning. Good to go.
All right. We have the advice.
You're not like you're gonna follow it, but
I probably will.
All right.
All right. Thank you for downloading us. I'm so excited. I'm going to repin Mental's video so everyone can see it drive. Thank you for downloading us. We hope you enjoyed this week's edition of Everyone Racers. We also hope you'll join us in the world of driving, in traffic, in your Cadillac. Please don't hit the terrible Chrysler product in front of you. We also hope you'll join us in the world of driving, racing, and building, because everyone can be a racer, even you. If you enjoyed this podcast, subscribe. Go to iTunes and give us a 5-star rating. Even if you hate us, give us 5 stars and tell us why. If you have any questions or show ideas, drop a comment on our Facebook page, Everyone Racers, or email us at everyone.racers@gmail.com. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit us up in the doodly-doo right down there in the chat. You can text us. Text Mental, ask him how he's doing on the rally, 484-243-0455. Find us on Instagram or Twitter at everyone.racers. All thanks again, and until next week, Donnie, Mental, be careful, do well.
Keep the chrome wrap side up.
Keep the chrome wrap
Yeah,
side
we're
up.
going to keep the horns up.
Keep the horns
yeah.
up. And we'll see you next week.